Great to have with us from the great state of Illinois, longtime Senator Richard Durbin. Senator Durbin, how are you? Nice to see you.
Great. I can't think of a better scene than to be sitting here looking out at the Capitol Dome and watching the Cubs play right here.
It's pretty great. And a lot of Cub fans in the ballpark, not only in the area, but they're traveling all over the place to see their team.
Cubs Nation, everywhere.
Yeah.
Some of the cheering we're getting on the road is stronger than the home cheering.
And Revere takes a strike. He's a little confused. He's got the
somewhere in there. There's a politician joke, but I mean, I'm not going to make it.
Got it covered.
That would be the two best records in baseball.
So when you walked in, you said you were expecting Bill Murray. Obviously, you knew we had Bill on from Atlanta.
I watched it. I've been watching more Cubs games. I can't make it out to Wrigley. This is such a great season.
Yeah, it really has been. Have you been to the ballpark this year?
Only once, and they lost, so I'm being very careful about my next visit.
Yeah, don't let Joe know that.
I would.
2 strikes. And the Nationals leadoff man did pretty well, but it'll be Jason Hayward to make the catch. So Major League Baseball comes here in 2005. The Nationals have done very well. Obviously, they've had a good team here the last few years. But I'd have to think, as members of Congress from all over the place, being able to come here and watch their teams play has been a really nice thing.
It is a treat. And I've made it out almost every season for the Cubs games. And it really brings out, as you said, a lot of Cubs fans here in Washington, and this year especially.
You ever getting any good arguments with fellow senators from other places? You don't have to name any specific.
No, it's interesting. I remember, it was a few years ago. Ernie Banks came up to my office in the Capitol, and I invited all the senators, and they were coming from all over the United States. Of course, he was a legend. He was there, and Harry Reid, the Democratic leader of the Senate, came in. Ernie said, "Did you play baseball?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What'd you play?" I said, "Catcher." Ernie Banks said, "No, you didn't." Harry Reid said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, get down in the position." Well, Harry got down. I didn't think he was going to get up.
That's great.
Ernie said, "I believe you."
That is an Ernie story. I've seen him do that, and we miss him every day. 2-1 on Jason Worth. Now 3 balls and a strike. We appreciate the weather cooperating. A gorgeous night.
Jason, of course, Central Illinois.
Yes.
From the Schofield family, the legendary Schofield family, and his mother, Kim Schofield, was an athlete of her own. Track star.
Ball 4. He is aboard, and that'll bring up Bryce Harper.
Yeah, on the plate, just a little low, and Worth's always been a patient hitter. Typically sees a lot of pitches. Will take his walks. Boy, a lot going on in the city, too. And last year I noticed a lot of cranes, a lot of development in this area.
Yeah. So Joe Maddon's going to pitch to Bryce Harper. Is that the signal today?
I think so.
First time he flies out. Let's see what he does this time.
We were talking earlier, just kind of worked out that way at Wrigley. He came up in all these spots with a little more sense to kind of work around him.
Only 13 times.
Right. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, so swinging early here tonight. You know, he came out of his shoes the first swing, first at bat, and he does again here. Look like he's looking for something he can jerk into the seats. He's got revenge on his mind.
I think you're right.
Yeah, he's loading up there.
I guess he and Chris Bryant were kind of contemporaries in Las Vegas.
They were. Different styles. Harper flashier than Chris. And Worth gets back in time. We were talking the other day, JD, what was the nickname? Silk?
Silk.
Bryce Harper
Silk,
called Chris Bryant Silk. So smooth. One and one to count. There's a base hit. Worth will make the turn. He's going to try for third. Fowler's throw hits the runner, and he's going to score. So the Cubs, who had a rough weekend defensively in Atlanta, have an error lead to the first run tonight. It looked like a good throw, JD, but it hit the runner right before Bryant could make the catch.
Yeah, ball and runner showed up at the same time. It looked to me like Jason Worth tried to deke Fowler there, like he was starting to slow down as he rounded the bag or approached the bag, and then hit another gear. That's a tough error. You have to rationalize Worth scoring, so you have to assign an error here. But well, that's a tough one. It goes as an E8.
Also on the play, Harper moving to second, so it's 1-0 Washington. Here is Daniel Murphy.
This guy's tough.
He has been terrific. The way Max Scherzer has looked early on. You don't want to give up too many here.
42 RBIs.
Well, it's a sports show. We don't want to delve too deeply into politics, but we can at least say it's going to be an interesting election season. Fair?
You don't need an advanced degree in political science.
There you go.
But you're right.
Yes. As Hendricks steps off.
Do they still play the congressional baseball game every year? Don't they?
They do. They do. House.
That's a House versus the Senate. Did you ever play in that?
No. As a matter of fact, I went out first year and saw what my colleagues looked like in uniform. Watched them play.
And opted not to.
I have other ways of embarrassing myself.
Well, I'll ask you, has the job changed for you? And over the course of time and the experience and all the people you've seen come and go?
The people change. The personalities change. It isn't quite as friendly as it once was. But there's a lot more positive than negative. And most people on the outside don't see the positive. But good things get done. We just last week did a dramatic increase in medical research, which I think most people across America, regardless of party, would cheer us for. It's the right thing to do. Both parties got together and we did it. Not a lot of headlines, but the right thing to do.
2-1 the count. So Worth walked. Harper singled, and on that play, Worth scored on a throwing error by Fowler. It's 2-1 on Murphy. To the left, and Coughlin has it for the out. So what is your travel schedule like generally? How often do you get back home?
I woke up in Springfield this morning, came through O'Hare. And
so you were there today?
Oh, yeah. And I'll be heading back probably Thursday night. That's just about the routine I'm used to. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night out here. I have laundry in 3 cities. Try to keep track.
We know what that's like.
I'll bet you do.
Zimmerman with 2 outs. And he calls strike.
You have those days where you wake up and you look up at the ceiling in your bedroom and go, where am I? What town am I in? Let's kind of think through this.
You must go through the same. Oh, you got him. You got it. Come on.
Harper is going to be safe. He got back in. Once Hendricks gave up the ball, Harper reversed field.
Interesting that Harper would be thinking about taking third base here. And Hendricks just got a little anxious, unloaded that ball too quickly.
What is Harper, 2 years away from free agency?
I don't even know.
I think it is.
I think so.
Maybe the biggest number we've seen.
Shallow center, and Zobrist will make the catch.
Okay.
Senator Dick Durbin, thanks for stopping by.
Good to be here.
Appreciate it. Always a pleasure.
Great year for the Cubbies.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
1-0 Washington.